Morning everyone. I'm going to be making some maple donut coffee creamer today. Excuse my look. It was the first day of school for my daughter today, so it's a little bit of a long early morning. Anyways, let me get started. We're going to start putting the heat on like medium to low, so I'm just going to set it to like 2 over here. Okay, so we're going to start by adding in 1 cup of half and half. Excuse the water that I have in there, just wash the pot. Now we're going to add in 1/2 cup of whole milk. Let's give that a little bit of a whisk. And with my little broken whisk here. No, it still works. And then I have here a jar of homemade maple syrup. I'm going to be adding 1/4 cup of this maple syrup into the mix. Okay, so here goes my 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I want to get every last drop of that in. Now let's give that another whisk. We're going to be whisking a lot to keep everything mixed up here. Okay, so now we're going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I chose to do the dark brown sugar. It's just what I prefer, but you can use light if you want. And we will whisk again. Okay, now we're going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. Now we're going to add a pinch of salt. So I have my salt shaker here. I'm just going to like literally just tip this down to get 1 little bit in there, and then that's it. Just a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to start whisking that again. And we're just gonna basically let this get not boiling. We're just gonna let it get to like where it's steaming, where it starts to steam, and then that'll be it. So I'm gonna whisk this just for another second. All right, I'm gonna let it sit for maybe like a minute, and then I'm gonna come back and whisk it again. I'm gonna start whisking this again. And it's almost done because you can see the steam starting to rise up. That's pretty much all we want to do. I'm going to give it maybe 30 more seconds to a minute. We don't want it on here too long because it could burn. Okay, so we have been letting this cook on here for a little bit. There is some steam rising. That's all you really need to wait for, is that steam rising from it. So now we're going to take it off the heat. And we're just gonna let it cool for about 15 minutes now. Okay, you guys, it's been sitting for about 15 minutes now, cooling down. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just pour it into this glass jar. Put my lid on it. All right, and now we're just gonna refrigerate this. Make sure every time you take it out of the refrigerator to use it that you give it a good shake before you put it in your coffee. But we are all done. You're gonna have coffee that tastes like a delicious maple donut for this nice fall weather we're starting to have.